middle school teacher Ja Q Lee was fired from his place of employment as a science teacher for a middle school after a viral video of him getting his hair taken down, as they say, or as we say, in the community, taken down by his teenage students. Some have described this behavior as inappropriate, not respecting boundaries, suspect, unprofessional, etc. Many have even called into question this man's sexual orientation. And the question that I'm going to be covering tonight, and what I think we should think about, is, was this an overreaction? What does this reaction say about you, about the community, about the world that we live in? You know, we're living in a different world today than it was 20 years ago, right? We're living in the post-Me Too era, right? So, just in the last few years, you can name several names of prominent men, such as R. Kelly, such as P. Diddy, okay, who have all become scrutinized for their behavior with minors. So in light of this, in light of these things, there seems to be a hyper scrutiny that is placed on men as it relates to their interaction with young girls. When I look at the video, I do not see anything inappropriate. Would I have done what he did? No. And if for some odd reason this man said he had a hair appointment or something going on, that he had to get his hair taken down, was only 10 minutes between the end of school and when he had to be where he needed to be, okay. If I was in such an extreme situation and God forbid I was like, okay, y'all go ahead and do this, I wouldn't have recorded it. I want to make those two things clear. But the fact that he did, in my opinion, unprofessional, yeah, it's a bit unprofessional if you want to go by the book. But is it wrong? It's not wrong. I can't call this wrong, because this is what this tells me. This tells me that these girls don't look forced. These girls look extremely comfortable. They look happy to do what they're doing. This is not, you can tell this is not their first time taking down somebody here. These girls look very comfortable, family. There's nothing inappropriate in the conversation. And the fact that the community immediately goes to this inappropriate angle is a sign to me that you're talking to people who've gone through some trauma, perhaps in their life. And what's happening most likely is a lot of people who identify with trauma are basically looking at what this man is doing, and it is somehow reminding them of some trauma that they may have experienced when they was younger, or that somebody close to them maybe have had experienced. If this were a man of another race, let's say a Caucasian male surrounded by young Caucasian girls, do we believe that the Caucasian community would have responded the way that so many in the Black community are responding? That's a question that we may not ever really know the answer to specifically. But I would argue, and I lean towards the opinion that the answer to that, of course, is no, right? They're not going to respond the same way. Because why? In our community, as I mentioned, a lot negative things seem to have a way of pushing themselves to the forefront of our communities. So when we see something that even resembles something that looks bad, people want to push that and portray that and take that down a road that it hasn't even gone down, family. Down a road it hasn't even gone down. And we start projecting to the point where this man loses his job. Now, if enough parents had complained about what he did, perhaps you say, you know what? I'm going to bring this brother in the office and we're going to have a conversation. A heart to heart. Especially if he's a good teacher. But to get him fired, it's too much. And this is the thing that I like to say about this. Y'all ever notice that we as a community, and I got to go here now, it seemed like, unfortunately, a lot of people in the Black community like to see when a Black man fails. Is there a double standard? Is what I'm basically saying. Is there a double standard? I've seen all over social media countless situations, even before this one, of teachers and their students doing their hair, taking down their hair, cutting their hair. Never a problem. But when we have a male teacher, female students, and a teacher who is black, not only is it scrutinized and called unprofessional, the man has to lose his job as a consequence. And I don't think that's right, family. I think that's an overreaction. And I'm going to share my screen here in a moment, but I'm going to be honest with y'all as well. I am disappointed in a lot of content creators out there who have made it seem as if this is like basically made fun of this guy who called into question his sexuality. And again, I don't promote that, nor do I agree with that lifestyle. But what the hell does that have to do with what happened to him or what we're seeing in this video? I'll put it a different way. We as black people, in my opinion, treat each other in a lot of instances, not all, but a lot. We in our community treat one another inhumanely. There's evidence of that I don't want to get into in this video because this is not a video about that. But when you look at the crime, when you look at at other statistics, it is clear that there is something going on in our community. These kids are showing love. This teacher is showing love. Why are we mad? Why are you mad that somebody there's an exchange of love happening and it is purely agape? It is purely pure. But your mind, this is the problem. Human minds, adult minds, and their corrupted thinking goes to a place that says that this is inappropriate because of some negative traumatic situation that you're linking to what he's doing that hasn't even happened yet. It's like a law enforcement officer pulling out a gun, ready to shoot somebody on the basis of what could happen, irrespective of what is actually happening. And saying things like, well, based on my traumatic training and experience, this most likely is going to be that, this, and the third. No, that's not right. That's not right for you to judge it that way. How can you judge based on something that hasn't happened? This is his response after getting fired. Let's get it.
During this time. Hey, Betsy, I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay.
Look at this man. This man crying, y'all. You hear his students say, "Hey, bestie, I hope that you're okay." Now I heard people say things like, "Man, this man really getting on the internet crying, this, that, and the third." Bro, how is it wrong? See, this is why I say again, we are so inhumane with one another. Teasing a man for showing emotion over some kids that he loved. The weird one is not this man. The weird one is y'all calling him weird for crying. This man got real relationship. This is what this means. He had an actual relationship with these kids. And guess what? I'm going to tell y'all, man. Oh my God. Let me tell y'all something. You know how you get the best out of a student? The same way you get the best out of an athlete. By having an actual relationship with that person, gaining trust. When your students trust you, you're going to be able to bring out the best in them. How can a teacher teach without trust? And the conversation that they're having in his response and their response tells me that trust is not questioned. Let's continue, man. This is real, y'all.
Our class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much and can't wait for you to come back. I can't believe that taking somebody's hair out is such a big deal, And it makes me so mad that people make little things big things. I want you to know that the class and others got your back. We will always stand behind you.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, hearing this damn near make me want to tear up, to be honest with you. Because these words that these children is saying, this is not made up. This is real. So y'all sitting back laughing at this situation. But what about them kids? What about them kids, man? See, this was wrong with the world, man. See, people talk all the time about there being a lack of black male influences, a lack of positive black male, whatever, whoop, whoop, a lack of black male teachers. And then we get one. And I'm not going to say, and again, I'm not here to judge this man. He got a different personality than me, right? But I would never judge him or make fun of this man because he must be doing something right. He got to be doing something right, family.
We got you. Again, we miss you and we love you so much. And can't wait for you to come back. I wish that this never happened because it feels like we're losing you.
Damn.
Come back soon. Don't be gone too long because if you're not back by Monday, I know something's up. But anyways, I also made sure that the classroom was clean before we left. Love you, missed you. Love you, miss you. See you later. Hi, Mr. White. We've been seeing all this stuff going on, and so has your other former students, and I just want you to know that we're standing with you. I'm literally in my junior year of high school right now, and seeing all this, you were my and many others' favorite teacher.
Look at this, man. Gosh. This is cold, man.
Many of your students and former students are doing our best to advocate for you. You're one of the few teachers that made me really feel like I had a voice and opinion. And not only that you made learning fun and encouraging, at the end of the day, some people won't understand that some adults genuinely have a good heart. And it comes.
Man, that's crazy, man. I sat back and watched y'all laugh at this man. I sat there and watched y'all laugh at this man. That's crazy to me, man. So when I tell y'all that we dehumanize one another, it's a perfect example. I said in my last video when I got on them funny boys, them good old boys, that some things in life is not a game or a joke, man. It's not always appropriate to laugh at people. Like to laugh at somebody's pain, bro. This is real pain. And it's genuine. Yeah, it's a little bit like weird, whatever, like the music in the background. Maybe somebody added the music. Maybe he added it, whatever. I don't care. I'm not going to be distracted by that. I'm listening to what's actually happening. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. I'm going to continue to play this because it's good.
Have a good heart when it comes to dealing with children. And that's probably never going to change. But we know parents, staff, etc. None that there knows that there has never been anything weird going on and that there was never any insinuation of that. The people that actually matter knows where your heart is, and that's all that matters. During COVID, you quite literally helped me through my 8th grade year by just being an adult I knew I could go to if I was having any problems. Continue being you, and don't let anyone change that. For the GOAT. What's up, Mr. White? I know that your situation may not be looking the best, but just know that you'll get through it, and we all know your real intention. Remember,
Damn, bro.
Remember your Bruce Lee quote. Remember your Bruce Lee quote. Can't wait for your return. P.S. Your Air Maxes are in the boys' locker room. I seen them today after practice, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just put them in there. My Bruce Lee quote is, if you have an emotional reaction to anything someone says or does to you, means that that person can control you, and you should not be controlled by anyone.
Come on, man, y'all. He in there giving them Bruce Lee quotes, and y'all mad. Man, listen, man, it's an honor and a privilege, to be honest with you, for this man to have recorded this video. I don't think no part of this is fake. I don't think he's stunned. I don't think he putting on no kind of act. I think this is truly, truly him. And I think this is truly how he feels in light of what has happened to him. And you know what, man? Like, some of y'all, men, I'm gonna be frank. Men like him, we need more men like him in this world. We need more men like him in our communities, shepherding our children. But our communities, man, this is the thing. And I've always said this, man. Usually when people is judging, the reality is they the ones have an issue. Not every time, but a lot of times, man. So it's not right to just jump to quick negative conclusions based on a misunderstanding that you have, based on some negative, wicked thing that's in your heart. Because this is what everyone have done. Everyone have taken their own personal opinion of their own evil thought and projected it onto him and this situation. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is not just something that happens to this man. This is something that happens to black men in general, and probably not just black men, but men all over the place, where people start to project their own negative, evil thoughts upon us, demonizing us, scrutinizing us. We're doing absolutely nothing wrong but standing here, but it's suspicious that we're standing here. You're standing next to a person in a public place. You look suspicious. Why is that? It's because you're a black man doing whatever you're doing. That is suspicious in itself. Y'all say that sounds ridiculous. I ask you to look at history and let the reality of history be the truth or the judge of what is real. And I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Go check out the black dog test. If a fair percentage of black people themselves discriminate against black people, you think people of other races don't? But I'm gonna be honest with you, in this case, I think, in my personal opinion, more non-black people would look at what this man did and say that there was nothing wrong there. Like, this is just love. Something that some of y'all might not be aware of or used to from a man. Okay, in a healthy way. I think more non-black people would look at this situation and have that conclusion than would black people, because a lot of black folks gone through so much trauma that they look at this situation and they mind go back to that evil place, y'all. Stop projecting your wicked thoughts onto these men. Let's finish it out.
Dear Mr. White, Dear Mr. White, we hope that you're doing well during these tough times. We hope that you're doing well during these tough times. We wanted to let you know that we appreciate you as a teacher, as our teacher, and we hope the best for you in your future. We hope you come back, and we want you to keep your head up. Like Tupac said, in appreciation of you, we cleaned up your class. Thank you for all that you do for us. Don't listen to those haters. We love you, Mr. White. Lock in before we tweak out.
We're rooting for you, bro.
Yes, we also fed your kids for you. And my kids are my animals that are at the school, and log in before I tweak out is something that I say to them when they get on my nerves. So thank you.
Oh man, y'all, I can't deal with y'all. I can't deal with y'all judgmental hearts. Y'all wicked and evil, conniving spirits. I can't deal with it, y'all. Come on, man. Like, see, we were supposed to look at this and look in the mirror. That's what we were supposed to do, family. Instead, people looked at this and got on their judgment seat and got to judging this man. It's how they do in black men. It's how they do in black America. I'm not saying that's true for all of y'all, obviously. But I'm saying a whole lot of people take a whole lot of pride in being evil, wicked, and conniving and ultra judgmental to black people, and the people doing that are black people. These things need to change, man, because no part of this was inappropriate. If the young man ever watched this, I hope he understand where I'm coming from, and I would love to hear y'all thoughts on this topic of discussion. This is just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think I am, man. You know, you kind of get that feeling in your heart. You know what I'm saying? That gut feeling, especially as a dad. You know what I'm saying? You get that gut feeling. You know, I'm watching everything. Don't think I'm a fool. I'm not gullible. You know, this is a good man. This is someone who have a relationship with these kids, and he wasn't scared to show it, y'all. So why are y'all bothered by that? Why are you bothered? Mm. Like, share, subscribe, fam. Comment below. Tell me what y'all think. Till we chat again, I'm out.